Hello everyone, my name is Praveen Anchal and I welcome you all in our YouTube channel of Brilliant Public School. And today we will discuss about history lesson number 1, that is the rise of nationalism in Europe, and this is the revision lecture which is going on for your upcoming midterm examination. Okay, so let's start this chapter. So first of all, we'll start this chapter by writing this very important timeline chart that you can see in your board here. So here few very important events are there that first of all we will note it down and then we will discuss one by one about each and every event. So I recommend you all to make one very solid timeline chart in your notebook which will later help you during the revision time. Fine. So here we will start first of all from the 1789. As you all know, 1789 is the year of French Revolution. After that, the next very important year we have is 1804. Then after that we have the next very important year is 1804. What came? 1804, Napoleon has brought his Napoleonic Code. It is also known as Napoleonic Code also and Civil Code also. Okay. Then 1815, Battle of Waterloo took place. You all know about that. Then after that, here series of events we will discuss from 1815. Okay. To 30, 1815 to 30. And the next very important year is 1830 to 48. So many revolution will take place in this particular year, that is from 1830 to 1848, that we will discuss in detail. After that we have the next very important year, that is 1861. 1861, finally from here only the nation will start forming. 1861, from here also after the revolution so many states has been formed, that I'll tell you in detail. 1861, then we have 1871, then we have 1801. This is quite not in a sequence, but it is in sequence of the process, that I'll tell you. So it is 1871, then again 1801 is coming. So remember, it is not in a sequence, but when we will discuss about the unification. So here unification of Italy, unification of Germany, and then unification of Britain. So when we are discussing about the unification of Britain, then it is in a process. Okay, so that is why I have included here. Then after that again 1871 we will discuss one very important event will start from here, 1871, and finally we will discuss 1914. So you can see 1914 is the year of World War One. And 1871 is the year when Balkan region tension will start. So Balkan region was very important reason behind the World War One, that we all know. So these are the sequence of events that we will see in this chapter one by one. We are starting each and every event. So first of all, I am writing the event name here. So event name, please write one by one everyone with me. So here the name of the event is French Revolution. I am writing here. French Revolution. French Revolution. Okay. French Revolution took place in 1789. Then 1804, Napoleon. Okay, Napoleon, and Napoleon brought his code that we will discuss very nicely. Napoleonic Code, it is called as. Napoleon Code means rules and regulation only. Fine. Then 1815 we will discuss about one very famous battle was there, which is called as Battle of Waterloo, that we will discuss. Battle of Waterloo. Battle of Waterloo. Waterloo doesn't mean that this battle has been taken place in water. No, Waterloo is the name of place that is in Belgium. Okay. Remember, after that 1815 to 1830, so many important events we will discuss here. I am writing here only. Like first of all, I'll tell you about first of all I'll tell you about the conservatives. Then I'll tell you about the liberals. And meanwhile, I'll also tell you about the society of the entire, particular Europe, that how the peasants were there, how the rich people were there. Fine. So this also I'll tell you in detail. So that society structure I will explain here. Society. Fine. Society, then conservatives, liberals, and within liberals we have one very important concept here which is called as Zollverein, है ना? So Zollverein also I'll explain you in this particular one only. Fine. Zollverein. So society, conservative, liberals, and Zollverein. Although Zollverein formed in 1834, but just you try to understand the concept here, है ना? So society, conservatives will discuss, liberals, and then Zollverein we will also discuss. But remember, the year of Zollverein formation is 1834, है ना? Then after that, the next one is 1830 to 1848. Here, 1830 to 1848 is also called as the age of revolution. What it is called as? The age of revolution, है ना? So one by one I am writing here. Here this particular one is known as the age of revolution. The age of revolution. Why this is called as the age of revolution? Because here so many revolution took place. So one by one I am explaining you. So here first of all what took place? July Revolution. July Revolution took place in 1830. Remember, July Revolution took place in 1830. After that we have Belgian Revolution, that is also called as Brussels Revolution, है ना? So Belgian Revolution, that again took place in 1830. Remember, if you see the world map, and within world map if you see the European map, है ना? So just on top of France we have this Belgium, and this July Revolution took place in France. Remember, no? Which country? July Revolution? France. Okay. After that we have the next very important, that is Greek War of Independence. Okay. Greek War of Independence, that took place in 1821 to 32. Greek War of Independence took place from 1821 to 32. That we must remember. And after that we have the next very important one is which is called as July Revolution done, then Belgian Revolution, Greek War of Independence, and in between we have the 1848 Revolution also, है ना? 1848 Revolution of France. 1848 Revolution of France. Okay. So remember here, July Revolution is also related to France only, and 1848 Revolution is also related to France only. Okay, that you must remember. After that we have May Revolution also. May Revolution, that will be related to Germany. May Revolution will be related to Germany, and here it took place in 1848. Okay, it took place in 1848. After that we have the next very important event here, that is these are the events. Apart from these events we will also discuss about some ideology, है ना? Some movement, as well as we will also discuss about women also, है ना? So here one particular ideology was very famous here, which was called as Romanticism. So Romanticism we will discuss in this particular part only. Romanticism. You will think that, sir, how you are teaching romantic things in history? No, bhai, this is not related to the romance what you are thinking about. This Romanticism is the cultural movement that I will tell you in detail. So Romanticism, apart from Romanticism, I'll also explain you about the revolutionaries. So Romanticism and then the revolutionaries, I will also explain you the revolutionaries. And then at last we'll discuss about women, है ना? And at last we'll discuss about women. What was the condition of women in the European society, that also we'll discuss. So these many things we'll discuss in 1830 to 1848. So you can see so many important events are there. Then after that in 1861 we will basically discuss here. This is also very very important topic. 1861 basically. Unification of Italy we will see. What we will see? Unification of Italy. Please write. Unification of Italy. Okay, unification of Italy. Then 1871 we will discuss about one more country, that is unification of Britain. Okay, unification of unification of Britain. After that we have 1801, where we will discuss about unification of, here we will have unification of Britain, and here we will have unification of Germany. Please correct it everyone. Unification of Germany. Fine, unification of Germany will come here. Unification of Germany, and here we will have unification of Britain. In beginning I have told you, strange case of Britain, it is also called as unification of Britain. Okay, unification of Britain we will see here. And after that we have the next very important year, that is here 1871. So 1871 we will discuss two things, that is here we will discuss nationalism and imperialism. Okay, nationalism and imperialism. Imperialism, and we will also discuss about tension in Balkan region. Okay, tension in Balkan region. Okay, tension in Balkan region. So these two things we will discuss here, and at last, ultimately, we will discuss about the last very important final part, that is, you all know, World War I. Fine. So World War I we will see in this last part. So I hope this is very much clear to everyone that what are the things that we will discuss in this particular chapter. So let's start one by one about each and every topic. Okay. So here we are starting first of all from the France. So French Revolution will start, and our target final year is World War I, that you can see in 1914. Fine. So let's start here. So basically French Revolution we have started. So you all know French Revolution took place in 1789. Before the French Revolution, I just want to tell you about the name of the chapter. That is also very very important. That is Rise of Nationalism in Europe. So what is the meaning of nationalism and what is the meaning of Europe? So Europe is a continent that you all know. So here basically we will discuss about European continent, all the countries you can see here, whether it is Italy, whether it is Germany, whether it is Britain, whether it is Belgium, Greek. Okay, all the countries are related to the European continent only. Fine. This Balkan is also in Europe only. Fine. So this is something which is very very important. The next one is nationalism. So what is the meaning of nationalism? So nationalism is the feeling of love, pride and respect for your country. That is called as nationalism, है ना? So how this nationalism emerged in Europe, and how the nation state concept came in Europe, that also we'll discuss. See, previously all the countries were monarchic country. Monarchic country means they were ruled by the king and queen. Fine. But later all the country became the nation. The constitution implemented, the particular system of elections also took place. So basically the particular monarchic system was replaced by the republican system, है ना? So that we will see how this all changes took place in the European continent. So this particular changes we will see from French Revolution. Fine. So as you all know, in class 9th only we have seen the French Revolution that took place in 1789, and this French Revolution has established the republican government in France, and this French Revolution has given the message of equality, liberty and fraternity to the entire people of the world. And this French Revolution has also taught us that if we are united, if the common people are united, then they can also defeat the king of their country. Fine. So the same thing they have done. Okay, and they have dismissed and they have ended the monarchic system, and they have started the republican government in France. But since you all know that the republican government or the democracy in France was very new concept, the people were not having experience properly, and that is why, due to lack of experience, they did some mistakes. And this particular mistakes, basically you all know that once this French Revolution happened, the Jacobin Club came in the France and the Maximilien Robespierre did so much harsh implementation of the policies. That period was known as the Reign of Terror. After that we have seen the Directory rule, and Directory rule was also fighting with each other only. The members of the Directory rule was fighting with each other only, and that is why the people were not happy with the Directory rule, and that is why here in the France people wanted some strong leader, some strong character who can really liberate the people from their all sufferings. And they have seen this particular things, in one great character whose name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, so since I already told to you that democracy was very new concept in France and people were not having any experience to handle it, for the first time they were enjoying power in their hand. That is why they could not control that power properly, and they started fighting with each other, especially the directed rule. And this particular, became the symbol of weakness, and this weakness were taken advantage by the great leaders such as Napoleon Bonaparte. So few things I'll tell you about the Napoleon Bonaparte.